What's up, guys? This is Astranox. It's been a long time since I've done one of those crafting session, and it's gonna be on my first account. I'm looking for speed. I'm looking for a lot of speed, and we'll see what I'm able to do. I'm able to get. I'm gonna be enhancing some of the better pieces. Let's just go in there. I'm just gonna craft a bunch of pieces, all sorts of pieces. So once again, this is on my first account, and definitely the account that has the most speed. So I'm looking for high offense as well. Let's just start crafting just like non-stop. Okay. Start with a bunch of weapons here. And I'm looking for is high offense with speed, but maybe even like bruiser combination stuff for support heroes. So I'm just a rare. I'm just going to scrap those straight off the bat. And bad combination with like effect resistance, that's just going to be gone. Crit damage with effectiveness, I'm still going to dump that because it's not good enough. It's not good enough. The substats are not too high. And I'm a late game player. I mean, I've been playing for over 3 years on this account. So it's to be expected that a lot of stuff that I will just like salvage and I'm going to extract them. And you might not want to do that, right? Like you have to keep that in mind. Yeah, Epic, I'm going to be keeping those. So let's just extract and let's just keep it going here. Let's keep this thing going. Just going to be enhancing some of the better pieces. I do have charms available. You know, like something like speed set with like a 4 speed substat. You know, in early mid game, that's worth it. Even sometime in late game, it's definitely worth it to a lot of players. You can see like this one, it's pretty nice. So let's just get rid of most of those. This one's not too bad here. I'm gonna be keeping that one. And okay, dumpster that one. You know, it's not a speed set. It has 4 speed. It's like, how many charms do I want to like use? And it's only heroic. It's not epic. So that means like, you know, at +9, at +12, it's going to get a new substat. So it could go badly. And I'm just going to dumpster it. I'm really difficult. That's the thing. So really keep that in mind. You don't have to do the same. You should probably not be doing the same. But what I'm saying in terms of like stat combination, low values, medium values, maybe some stuff is just like low values. I'm just gonna get rid of them, right? It's a hit set. It's okay. I'm not that desperate for like speed because it's not gonna get like super high amount unless I'm like ultra lucky. You know, 5 speed is not something that you can expect. Something that is super rare. It just will happen from time to time. Might take a few months for you to get something like that. Okay, let's speed things up here. I'm really difficult here. I'm really difficult. Let's just keep it going. I have a lot of crafting materials. Like if you haven't noticed, over 2. Oh my god, it's almost 300,000. That is ridiculous, man. Like it just goes to show how long it's been since I've done one of those. So pretty much going to the garbage, like most of these. Oh man, like some stuff is pretty decent, but to be honest, like I'm looking for epic. I'm looking for epic. Even though I'm a free-to-play player, it's just been so long since I've been playing that you know I could make a set of gear that's just like okay, but it's not gonna be good enough for my standard. But if I would be playing on a newer account, of course, I'd be proceeding much differently. I'd be like keeping a lot of this stuff. Like you see, like speed set, this is good for support. Like a lot of crit and hit set, I'm just gonna get rid of. To be honest, like I should be keeping some of these. I don't know, man. It's like, and do I even need to extract? That's the thing. Another thing is that maybe heroic you can just sell and you can just extract on blue, on rare, because that will be better, more effective, more efficient, I mean. So that's something that you can keep in mind. It's going to be extracting, actually, because I can just do another sort of crafting session. Equipment conversion is very, very strong. Some of these are just very easy to get rid of. But, you know, a combination of survivability, you know, effectiveness or effect resistance with something like offense, it just doesn't match well. It just doesn't. So it's like a lot of pieces are just ruined because of effect resistance. Unless you're trying to stack it, right? Unless you're trying to stack it. Like this, you see, like, this is worth pushing because it's epic, right? Like, it can just roll a bunch of times to the same thing, or might be getting speed crit damage and attack, and then I can just, like, reroll the effect resistance. It's very nice. Like, it has a lot of potential, so, of course, I'm keeping that thing. And I should probably be, like, locking pieces, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I will be moving to helm, chest, and, you know, necklace, ring, and boots. So let's just do it right after this. You know, speed with speed. It's worth maybe trying, like, bring it to +3, which is something I've been doing a lot back in the days, but since the account is so old and I'm very difficult with what I actually keep or get rid of, it's just 3 speed too. Like, yeah, mid game, early game, of course, even late game, you're gonna be keeping a lot of these. You're gonna be keeping them. You're gonna bring them +3, +6, and you're gonna see what happens, right? You're just gonna, like, get rid of them at +3 or +6 a lot of times, unless you're just gonna be, you want to just waste your currency, your charms, you know, your gold. It's just better to get rid of them before you start to push too high, right? If you keep getting a bunch of like minimum rolls, oh, it's just giving you signs. Get rid of it. You know what I mean? So let's get rid of most of these here. It's just not looking good, but this could look good. Even though there's effectiveness, you know, I can always reroll. Really depends how it pans out in terms of enhancing. Let's go, man. Let's do helm like 2-3 times real quick, and let's definitely speed it up. I'm gonna explain less now. Okay. No, I could keep the 4 speed ones. It's not a speed set, but whatever. This thing right here, it's not good enough. Let's just sell it. And the other one, it could have potential. It could definitely have potential. So let's keep it. Just keep it going here. Where's buy, and you know, effect resistance. Oh, effect resistance, but it's epic. You might roll a bunch of times into something. It doesn't have to be speed. Speed is super hard to roll for. You know, low values. Epic gear, yes, you can get a minimum of 2 speed, up to 5 speed. Very, very rare. The minimum roll on heroic is 1 speed. So it's really unfortunate. If you're trying to push speed on heroic, you can be saddened. Like, it can get really sad if you're pushing it too much, especially if it was going so well and then it just goes downhill from there. Really unfortunate. Happens all the time. You know, bad combination. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, one more. I'm just going through this quick. So, and I have a lot of gold, as you can see. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine doing this. Perfectly fine increasing the bar. I'm not gonna lower my standard here for this account because I know I can. Like this is more worth it. Of course. Like, you guys are like, yeah, of course, this is amazing. Like, has a lot of potential. Of course, you gotta be keeping that. I'm sure a lot of late game players have been playing for a few years. Especially players that spend money, let's say, you know, unless you're really chasing speed, you know, speed set with like 3, 4, 5 speed especially, you're gonna bring that to +3 and just see what happens. But sometimes there's a point where you might get lazy to do that because it's time consuming. It takes charms, not so much though. You know, let's keep those. This is okay. Maybe the speed set one not looking so good. I don't know, man. You know, like, yes, it could go a bunch of times into the same thing, and now we can just, you know, reforge gear, which is definitely a game changer. Doesn't mean I'm gonna be enhancing it on this video, but you know, later on, off recording, I might just end up seeing what happens. Especially when you're farming like adventure on recorded history, like side stories, you're getting a bunch of like low quality gear, right? Under rare, under blue. You're getting gray, you're getting white, you're getting green gear, right? You grab some of the low item level of those, and you're just gonna like use those as enhancing materials. Look at that. It's sad. It's a hit set. A lot of pieces like that. I've seen so many pieces like that. It's ridiculous. And it just ends up rolling badly often. But then, even with some mid rolls, you can definitely put it to good use. Yeah, I mean, this has potential. Even though the rolls are not great, definitely has use, especially PvE content with the effectiveness, the crit set. Yeah, yeah. Let's just move on here to boots, I would say, after this one. Okay. It's actually pretty simple. I'm not even that difficult at, like, just just putting that stuff in the garbage often. Okay. You know what? Let's just do one more. One more. Real quick. Okay, bye. I'm sure I don't even check the rare ones, but it might have been like a 4-speed a few times on a speed set. If it was a 5-speed, it's sad, but still, even that, it doesn't mean it's gonna be super crazy. This is not too bad, like, but I've seen those so often in the past. I don't need those. Like, if I roll something like that with these substats, like, it needs to be like an epic with some other substat that's actually useful. I'll just keep them. I'm not going to be too difficult. Okay, let's move on here. Move on to the boots. Then we'll go and craft a bunch of jewelry. And we'll do some enhancing. And we'll call it. That's going to be the video. So, of course, early game players, man, like speed set with speed main stat. Big deal in PvE content, man. Like, you're just going to do so much better for yourself when you transition your team to speed. But it doesn't have to be Wyvern. You might be starting your account with like a Banshee farm team. So you might want to check out my on my 5th account. Yes, I have 5 accounts. I'm completely crazy, of course. I did 5 accounts, and the progression on that 5th account was just... it was insane. I did put the time in, but I did the farming, I did the grinding, I did everything in order, priority, and the progression. Just, yeah, a lot of players were sort of like mind blown by those videos, so you might want to check those out if you want to maybe have a different perspective on a different like start, rushing Banshee instead of rushing Wyvern, which is the preferred way to do it, is the simplest way to do it. Definitely easier. And you can get in there with farming stage 13 earlier. But Banshee, you know, if you're gonna be playing the slower playstyle, you can do real good for yourself. You know, you tank it up, turn 2 team, you just soak the damage, you take the damage, you heal back up, sustain. You know, you just get back in there, you start taking them out one by one, you can survive so much better, and then when you get lucky, counter set triggers, it's just free damage. It's beautiful when it happens. Of course, there's heroes that cannot counter, you know, when they attack. You know, Landy, Pavel, Spectre Tenebria, but, you know, you're going to be banning some of these heroes. Doesn't mean the opponent will be taking some of these heroes, so you do have to keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, double flat, it's not looking good, right? With the main stat. Another thing is that the main stat might not work with the substats, right? That's another thing that you can watch out for. But overall, if you're getting a bunch of stats, even though like it doesn't fit too well, you can reforge, but then maybe you want to put that on a hero that might need a bunch of different stats, and then you just balance your stats all across your hero, right? Like, you have many pieces of gear, so you don't have to be like, oh man, okay, every single piece needs to have like these 3-4 substats every time. No, I mean, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. It's just going to be way too long to get what you want, and then you're just going to be, you know, destroying, getting rid of a lot of pieces that could have been real good. And you know what? You know, there's a flat sub here. I can reforge that away, right? And then, like, maybe it just ends up rolling a bunch of times into the same thing. I mean, it could be like a bunch of defense. It could be crit damage if I'm lucky. I mean, it could be defense, crit damage, no flat. I mean, there's heroes that scale off of like different stats, right? And there's a lot of different builds, even for the same hero. One hero could have many multiple builds. So I do have to go slower on these, right? I want to be difficult, man. I need to be difficult. I can't just start keeping everything. It's just gonna take forever. It will take forever. Boots is not so bad. It's pretty quick when you're working with jewelry because the main stat, if it's not what you want, it's not going well already. But sometimes a flat main stat can actually work on certain heroes. Maybe their base health is like super low, like under 4,000 or 4,000. You could put like flat health to good use. Maybe the hero's attack is very low. Like, you know, Blaze Dingo, let's say. I use flat main stat ring on him because it's very close to attack percentage, right? So that's some other things you can put to your advantage, that knowledge, right? And sometimes, man, like it ends up being like a flat substat, main stat. Oh, wait, try to get rid of that. Having some issue with the menu here. And like it ends up being like perfect substats, and you have a flat main stat, and you're like, it's not a flat main stat that ain't speed, right? And you're like, oh my god, are you kidding me? But maybe you could have put that main stat to good use on a like handful of heroes, right? It's something that you can have to keep in mind. It's definitely something you have to keep in mind. Oh man, double flat, come on. And oh my god. Yes, it could have went into crit damage, into speed like a bunch of times. Am I at that point? Not anymore. Even in late game, like you could gamble it. You could gamble it. It's a bit of gold, some experience, lower quality equipment, charms, but right, like it adds up. It definitely does add up. You have to give up early. +3, like get out of there. Just get out of there, man. If it's all looking good, especially at plus like 6. +6 you give up. You give up unless it's like going well. Because it turned too much into gambling, and then after that you're just gonna be wasting your resources, and you're gonna get so sad when it doesn't pan out. Yes, now we do have the reforging system, which means players, even though they made mistake in the past with the reforging system, they're able to sort of like fix some of their bad decisions, right? Like it does help. It definitely helps. But then that's another thing. You need to have the gems. You need to farm the gems, have the gems, and it doesn't mean that you will have those gems for like you're farming Wyvern. You need a lot for speed set, and then they're gonna be gone. You're gonna be using them, they're gonna be gone, and you won't have any. Then you do have to farm Expedition crap ton, right? And then you're gonna be like, where's my speed set gems? And then they're not gonna drop, and then you're gonna be like, oh my god. What am I doing? I could keep that one. I could keep that one. Okay, one more boots, and then we'll move on to necklace and ring. Let's do it like that. But if you're in early mid game, main stat like speed, health, defense percentage, you just keep those. You could keep those, put those to good use, especially if the substats are usable, right? Especially, just the bar is so low in early game. Even in mid game, you're just enhancing. I mean, you could be enhancing garbage. Just don't enhance it too much. You're just gonna be wasting. You're gonna be wasting. Oops, that's a mistake right there. Let's move on to necklace and ring after this. Just if the piece is like bad, don't enhance it too much, because you're just gonna be keeping it for a short while temporarily until you actually get an upgrade. But if you just bring that thing to like even +12, especially +15, just don't do it. Just don't do it. You're just wasting so many resources. +12 to +15 is like the amount to go from +12 to +15 is like what it took from +1 from 1 to +12. Just think about that. Let it sink in. It's a crazy amount. That's a nice one. Crazy amount of materials. Yes, there's effect resistance, but still solid. Okay, let's move on here. We'll do necklaces, and crafting is rough. It's rough. Equipment conversion. Now that is allowing you to get some insane gear. You can get some insanely good gear, and a lot of my gear, since they added that system, especially after they lowered the requirement, like they made the system better, it doesn't require as many materials. Yeah, I mean, ever since they upgraded that system like twice, I believe, and it's so much better. So much better. Of course, pieces on the right side, necklace, ring, boots. Those pieces, guys, they're gonna be harder. They're going to be harder to get good pieces of. It's just the way it is. Your bar needs to be lower. You need to expect, like, be okay with worse gear on the right side. It's just the way it is. Or if the bar's too high, you set the bar too high, you're just gonna end up like extracting, selling a lot of those, and it's gonna be unfortunate because these pieces are not that easy to get because it actually costs more. You need more materials to actually craft them, and yeah, and they're harder to be good. It's harder to have good ones. Flat main stat, neck and ring. If it's a speed set, especially with like 3-4 speed epic, maybe even heroic, if you're really chasing speed, you should be keeping those and bring it to +3, +6, maybe, because it might end up rolling a bunch of times into speed, and then you might get like super high amount of speed, and then you're gonna, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great because you could use that on a high speed initiator, and you might not need to have the survivability. You might not need to have like a certain main stat. You're just trying to open. You're trying to get the first turn, and every single point of speed is going to help you reach that goal. So keep that in mind. Okay, so like this has double flat, and players could be keeping that because that's triple subs with offense, right? The hit set. Okay, it's not a crit set, but still, I'm just not gonna lock it. A lot of times I've yeah, I keeping that one. A lot of times I've been enhancing those and it just goes really poorly, right? And sad, but at least I gave it a shot. I'm not like, oh man, what if I gave a shot to that piece? What if it could have been like amazing? That's the thing. If you're going to regret, then maybe you want to bring the piece to at least +3, and just get rid of it after that. If it doesn't roll where you want, the roll is like minimum roll, yeah, get rid of it. Like, I need to be more difficult. What am I doing? Like, this is a hit set too. I can just get rid of all these. The bar is high. Bar is high. Let's see. Well, speed set with 4 speed, especially on a piece, necklace and ring. It's worth a shot. Let's move on to ring after this. It is worth a shot. Okay. What am I? Oh, 1 speed, my god. Hero gear. At 1 speed is real sad when it happens. Move on to ring here. I don't know. It's really about these epic pieces. These epic pieces for me, you might end up getting something real crazy. High rolls, keeps rolling into the same thing, which is sort of like the dream, right? But it doesn't mean that you should not have a piece of gear that has balanced stats. That's perfectly fine. As long as you're getting like mid to high rolls, that is plenty good. Plenty good. Get rid of that. And what about that one? Yeah, rings. Effect resistance, effectiveness main stats. It's not so great in a lot of cases. But like for Wyvern, if it's on a speed set, especially the bar, you can lower the bar. It's okay. Because speed set is so good. It just is. So that's what you do. Let's do like maybe 2 more times and we'll do some enhancing. We'll see what happens there. What about that thing? Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Get rid of that. If you want to be super efficient, like I said, you'll be extracting rares and you're going to be selling heroic and epic. Right? That's because it's worth more gold, but the rare is just 10,000 gold boosted plus your pet if you have a gold increase pet. Right? Plus, there's another boost, I think, from reputation over time. So yeah, you're just gonna go like rare, extract, and heroic, you're just gonna sell. The thing is, jewelry, you can feed jewelry that you don't want into the one that you want to use, because it's hard to get the charms for necklaces and ring, especially in early game, even mid game. So you want to use that strategy because you're going to be able to enhance your stuff. That's very important, actually. That is a huge deal, because then your jewelry might be stuck to like +9, maybe +12. Then when you want to bring that piece to +15, you will be struggling. You're going to be struggling because you're just running out of everything. And then you bring one to +15, and then you end up getting a nice drop, and you can't boost it +9 even, because you've used everything. At that point, it's pretty sad. Okay, let's do one more. Fucking a lot, which is slowing down the crafting here. But I'm just going to do a bunch of extract, even on heroic, because as you can see, I am fine in the gold department. That took so long to get. I have an account with almost 1 billion gold, my third account. Oh man, like, God, yo, that was like 2 years of saving, I think. Oh, 2 years, man. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Okay, what was that? Like 30,000 claws, I guess? Still have plenty. And the other ones, I don't have much. Caides, I should be farming more Caides. Need some more penetration set. Crafting event here on this account. I got this thing right here. Wait, what? I can't even show you guys. Okay, let's get to the enhancing here. It was not difficult. I actually did just do it a few times, and it was like, whatever, man. I could do a few more 1,000 crafting points, and I might get like 1% more. I'm not gonna do that because I wanted it for a showcase. So yeah, okay. I wanted to keep this one for the video. I was just enhancing this one just before the video, guys. Sometimes you don't want to bring it all the way because you might get good or great. Oh my god, epic fail. So +9, I'm giving up for now. It's not a speed set, so yeah. But man, it could go 2 more times into speed, but that's when you're gambling. That's when you're gambling, and man, it could be real bad. Just please give up at +12. You're just gonna be wasting so many materials, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This thing, why am I even enhancing it? Well, it has effectiveness, speed, and effect resistance together for support, but not so many heroes need effectiveness and effect resistance together. So it was more for the speed. That piece was for the speed. Look at that. Ooh, that thing is beast. Let's see. Come on. Oh my god, no. That is not what I want. 6, 4, 12, 4. No. But it could go on a support, high effect resistance with speed, maybe. I'm not willing to push it further. Okay. You see, it's +4, right? So what you can do is 1 charms. Okay. 1 charm plus 1 crappy piece of gear, low item level. That is, gray, white, or green item level. So like under 60. Item level under 60. That's a good way. That's a good way to save, because it will bring it to +3. Maybe if you get a good or great success, just 1 charm can bring it to +3, and then you're gonna be Gucci. But yeah, it's not gonna happen often, right? Okay, this one. Since I'm chasing speed, right? Since I'm chasing speed, let's see. No, I'll bring it one more time. 411, 5-4. Oh. Okay. This thing, offense with speed. Let's go. 4-4-4. Don't like it. If it's epic, I would push it, but heroic, not really. 5-6-4-3. Okay, that's perfect crit right there. Man, when it's so close though. Oh, no. Disaster. And this one, why am I even keeping that one? Was that a mistake? I was like, oh yeah, maybe it keeps rolling into the same thing, but it doesn't have speed. It doesn't have speed. Yes, I can reroll, reforge speed into it, but to be honest, I prefer to keep sub-speed gems for something that's just already amazing. It's just missing speed, right? Oh, the substats are terrible. Was that a 4 health before? It had the 4 speed going for itself, but it's not a speed set, right? It's not a speed set. Crit damage on a chest. Chests are not hard to roll because there's no attack to it's. No, like it's not that bad to roll chests. No, the hit set too. This is like really unpopular for me, and I'm sure a lot of players like in late game. Okay, that's not good too. You can feed gear that's like +3, +6 into like a piece of gear that you're trying to see if it's gonna be good or not. Let's check this necklace. Necklace and ring, I have a lot of charms. Okay. I mean, it rolls speed. Yeah, okay, let's just bring it +9. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's not a speed set. But still. Too bad. Oh man, too bad it's not a crit main stat. That's when things get hairy, because then you're like, oh yeah, let's see the substat, and like, it's probably garbage. Then you decide to bring it +15, and it's like, oh no, it's not speed. It's not whatever it's rolling a bunch of times into. So you will see what I mean by that, unless I luck out and I get speed. But I have a bunch of items already. I have a bunch of them with like +13, 14, 15. That kind of looks like that. Okay, that was a 4 speed right there, baby. This was pretty nice, and it's a percentage main stat. It's a percentage main stat. I'm actually pretty happy about that one. Cool. We'll I kind of want to reforge it. Let's just go and reforge it now. Or I might forget if I'm just, I'm just gonna end the video and I'll forget about it. So maybe I should just go and do it now. I think I have the materials. Oh, it's a +6. What was that? It could have been all sorts of combinations ready to get to that point. Speed set though. 975. Is it gonna be? No, but it has potential. I should be locking stuff that is pretty decent. That's the thing. That is a mistake. That thing, like, really, like, it's a hit set too. It's not even a speed or crit set. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but let's just try it. Yeah. When it trolls you and it rolls into, like, what you want for the first one and the +3, +6, but then it's, like, a bunch of, like, rolls into what you don't want, flat sub, something like that. It's sad. It's sad. It's epic. I'm just, whatever, sell it for gold. Okay, anything else real quick? Okay. A lot of pieces you will just bring to +3. Looks to be +4 for me. Why did I keep that? I was like, yeah, maybe. Yeah. More like maybe not. More like maybe not. Let's see here. The potential. Of course, like this happens so often. It's ridiculous. Yeah, okay. It could be for support, broken set, something like that. 658. Of course, yes, it rolls into the worst thing. Nothing new here. Let's move on. No, that combo with effect resistance and effectiveness together, it's really sad. It can be useful. Don't get me wrong, but most of the time it's sad. 12, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, okay. Pretty good durability, defense, and health percentage with speed. Crit damage can be reforged or something like that. Or I don't know. It has potential if it rolls mid to high. We'll just skip that one for now. But yeah, I got that necklace, man. That necklace pretty sweet. What is that? 5 Well, it went into effect resistance already. No. Okay, let's see this. 7424. Yeah, I mean it's a 3 speed. Okay, well, maybe later. Right, PV with effectiveness, or maybe a hero for PvP could use the effectiveness. It's yeah, it has potential. It definitely has potential. 6887. That's hit set. Yeah. Okay. Could be for support. Could be for support. What else do we have here? Let's see this. Yeah. What else? Do I just go and reforge and I'll call it there? Maybe I do. I do that. Yeah. That is a lot of speed, that necklace. And let's see this thing. Oh, you can't go wrong when it's an epic with the substats that large percentage base, the speed there maybe or maybe not. In a lot of cases, you cannot go wrong. Like early, mid game especially, it's just a bunch of stats. Just a bunch of stats, and it's amazing. Okay, this so many times I've seen these types of boots. Yeah. Sometimes, might get a bunch of rolls into crit damage, but if the defense percentage was something else, I don't want to be like, I enhance this thing and then it ends up being like, oh, I need that gem to reforge it. I need the gem to reforge. It's not so good. It's not so good. Did I lock this thing? I did lock it. So we got that puppy here, 17 speed. Very nice. Not a speed set, but still. It's still nice, man. Is it going to be how many times into speed it rolled? Right? That's how you figure out how much it will be when you reforge. That's how you figure it out. I can do 5 of those. 21. Hey, that is solid. That's the whole session was worth it because of this piece right there. Could be on a CR pusher. Oh man, like there's a lot of heroes that can put this thing to good use. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cool. Solid piece right there. I'm sure if I enhance some of the other pieces further, I'll end up with probably a few more okay. Maybe one's gonna be amazing, right? And that necklace, I was saying, that's what it ended up being. I'm happy with it. I wanted pure offense on it. Put it on clan specialty change, and yeah, I'm real happy with that necklace from the event. So yeah, definitely craft something on those crafting event that like a place that is harder for you. You cannot do stage 13, but you wish you could. Penetration set is definitely a solid one, right? Like do something like that. Maybe you want immunity. Yeah, it's just something that you should keep in mind. Okay, well, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you learned something, maybe you want to smash that like button, leave us a comment. With your luck, good luck to everyone. Much luck, good luck with all you do. Well, I just said it. Peace out for now.